Hey guys, Obi-Wan's back with another review, this time of another Obi Wan Kenobi figure, of course. This is an import figure that comes from Japan if you don't have much knowledge in the S.H.Figuarts line, but the figures that I have opened that aren't Star Wars from this Figuarts company are absolutely amazing. Bandai's been around for a long time and this is their top of the line type of action figure that they make, meant to be posed and meant to be showcased in photos and whatnot. So let's crack open this Obi-Wan figure. I'll just give you a quick, nice close-up of the box because it is quite nice packaging. We'll also have a look at what Obi-Wan looks like in the packet. So we've got the nice Star Wars logo there. S.H.Figuarts is the actual brand of it. Bandai is the company, comes from Tamashii Nations. You can see it's made in 2016, so it is from very recent. And it's from the Attack of the Clones, it says there. So there's a nice view of the back. As you can see, it's got all the Japanese writing and it's got some nice pictures of some poses and things that they've done with the figure already. And on the side again, it's got Obi-Wan, of course, and it's got Star Wars and Disney and Lucasfilm and all the good stuff. So let's crack into this figure. Let's get into it. Okay, just thought I'd show you what Obi-Wan looks like once you take him out of the packet. He comes in this cool clamshell that has all the variations of hands. It has a second head and it also has his lightsaber. You also get this bit of paper in the back that shows you what to do with everything. Just in case people haven't bought an S.H.Figuarts figure before, that might help you. Let's get into this Obi-Wan. Alright guys, Obi-Wan out of the packet and I've had a good little bit of time to mess around with him and get my thoughts on the entire thing. Now, when I looked in the packet, I did think to myself, does it look like Ewan McGregor? And I could see that there was definitely, the resemblance was there, but I did think to myself that it wasn't 100% on the ball. There was just something a little bit off with it, and coming out of the packet, there still is a little bit something off with it, although it does look damn awesome. And in saying this, I'm picking on it a little bit harder than what I would with, say, a Black Series figure, because this is a more expensive figure. This is probably like an $80 figure here in Australia compared to $35. So you're talking about you're stepping up the game, you're wanting the figure to step up the game. So let's have a good close look at the head so you can see what I'm talking about. So it definitely looks like Ewan McGregor. There's just that little bit something off that, for me, that something just looks that little bit off. But of course, like I said, I'm picking on the figure. It is definitely awesome and worth getting. Now, so what we can do is we can go through the articulation. And basically with Bandai, they don't like using cloth or anything like that. They always use like a PVC. That's the same even with all their Dragon Ball Z figures and things. So you can see the elbow ball joint there, but the range of motion is pretty good. So it's like a double jointed elbow. You can get I did notice I was playing with it before and I can get both the hands together to kind of do your double-handed lightsaber action. We'll do that after, but to make sure. So you've got the double jointed elbow there. You've got like a shoulder pivot here, up top here. You've also got the shoulder can go all the way up and it's on a ball joint and it's on another special joint in there as well. So the rotation can basically go to there, to there, to there, because his Jedi robe kind of hinders going up any higher, but I mean that's as high as you want to go anyway. The hand obviously rotates all the way around and it goes backwards and forwards. Okay, you just have to make sure with these Figuarts figures there actually is a little pivot section in there that you have to kind of find to then pivot the actual hand. So it kind of pivots just when you get it to the right section. Okay, so the waist obviously has a nice swivel. It's on like a ball joint and they've separated it pretty nicely with his Jedi outfit with the PVC. So has quite a nice range of motion upward. You can basically get quite a decent pivot to it. He can't do sit-ups or anything like that, but I mean, he can do side to side, backwards, forwards, and pretty nice. The legs are pretty good as well. You can get all the way up. It's basically on a ball joint just in there, and the knees are on a ball joint here, which gives it basically the same thing as a Black Series, like a double jointed knee. You've also got a ball joint on the foot, but he does have a little hindrance here, and he has something different that you don't get with Black Series. Has a little toe pivot there, so you can get him on some pretty cool poses. So that's basically the articulation on the figure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap some hands around, and I'm going to show you the with the lightsaber and get him into some poses and give you my overall thoughts on the figure. And we'll also do some comparisons in size and things like that as well. So stay tuned. I just want to show you guys the belt. It's quite a nice accessory. I will admit I don't have the exact knowledge on what he actually has on his belt. I would have to go back and watch the movie again. But I mean, overall, the figure doesn't really have that much crazy paint detail. It's basically the one PVC colour for the robe, the pants, the boots. There's no shading on the boots. They're just one solid colour. The face does have some nice shading with the hair and the eyes, and everything's definitely painted a whole lot better than what you would expect from Hasbro, so that's definitely a plus. Alright guys, so there's the pose that I was trying to get, which you could never get with a Black Series figure just because the way that the joints are, and having your Jedi holding the saber with two hands, that's just awesome to me, especially now that it's Obi-Wan. So, I mean, even just like this, just holding the saber, that's really made my day. Here's another pose that I really like now. The reason you're able to do these poses is because of this. Because you get all these different hands. So I'm not going to go through all of them, and I'm not going to go through the paint and things like that on them because they don't really have that much detail of them. They're just a skin-coloured little hand, but you get 8 separate hands, including the ones that he comes with. So what it does is it gives you the realistic, so you got a little fist there, it gives you the realistic looks that you're after, like that with the force push. And on the other hand, I've still got the lightsaber clenched over there. So it definitely, and in this pose and this lighting, that definitely looks like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clones. So let's go through what I think about the figure overall, and let's wrap it up. So there you go, guys. Check that out. That's the Figuarts Obi-Wan, Attack of the Clones versus your Black Series Obi-Wan. You can definitely see the quality difference with them standing next to each other. Lots more work gone into this Figuarts figure. It definitely is going to look good under the camera. There's your Star Wars Black Series Sand Trooper, and the scale looks pretty damn good. I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't think it was going to be. I mean, he's exact same size as Obi-Wan there. So this is going to pair up perfectly with your Black Series figures or any other 6-inch figures that you've got. So that is definitely a plus. Okay guys, that's the review. Definitely stay along after for some pictures. I will notice that as I've been posing the figure, I've noticed that his legs continuously looking awkward. That's not my bad posing. Well, maybe it is, but it's like you can only bend the top half of the leg so far, and then the bottom half of the leg kind of makes it look like he's a jockey or something like that. But, I mean, I'll have to play around with it. But, as always, guys, I'm Obi-Wan and I'm out, and I'll see you again on another review.